things are getting worse and worse and worse. Every decade, things are getting worse out here.
That's right.
Why is that? Because Esau runs on degradation. Go on.
Psalms 50 verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Right.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Right. Exactly. So what does they have to do with the law, statutes, commandments? Like they do in Israeli land. You got those rabbis over there and those Orthodox Jews. They claim they read the Torah all day, every day, but don't even understand what the hell they read. They just gave them the Torah and just so that they can pretty much trick the Most High and say, look, we're the people now. Look what the real Jews are doing versus what we're doing. We're reading the Torah, and guess what the real Jews are doing? They're shaking their ass, they sagging their jeans, they doing all kind of abominations. They eating pork, we got them doing all kind of shit. Right. So Lord, have favor on us, because look what we doing. Yeah. So they think they can trick the Most High. How the hell are you going to trick the creator that created your jackass, man?
That's right.
Come on, man. Here it is, the Lord created everything in existence. All right, he created the nose, he created the eyes. So if he created the eyes, wouldn't he be able to see what the hell is going on himself more so than everybody else? Of course he would.
Yep.
You see, but see, Esau thinks that the Most High is stupid. He thinks that he's the only one that's just got all of the knowledge and understanding. But really, the Most High puffed him up, because the scripture says knowledge puffed up, right? So because he knows so much and he's getting so uppity with his technology, he feel like everything everything in this existence is under him.
Right.
Okay? But there's going to be a power that's going to come here, right? The Messiah, Yahushua, and guess what? It's going to be known who's boss of the planet, man. And it's going to be a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah.
That's right. That's right.
Go on, bro.
Because Esau is a liar. One thing you know about people that liars, man. That's what I think I've encountered quite a lot of people that are liars recently. Is that when you know you've done something fucked, yeah, and somebody tells it to you, it's called deniability. Right? You deny it, man. Deny is almost like you're trying to make yourself believe that you didn't do it.
Yes.
So you do a lot of projecting. You project all your criminalities onto your victims, the people you victimize.
Right.
You try to make it look like, look at you, like look at what you're doing. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's you. That's why I have to deal with that a lot with people who have tried to get intimately involved with, like, they do a lot of projecting, man, because they don't want to be held accountable for what they've done.
Yeah.
You know, so because it fucks up their conscience.
Yeah.
So what they do is they'll deny it. Mm-hmm. They'll deny all the accusations. They'll say, what are you talking about? You're crazy. Like, you're this or that. And they'll say, look at you, look what you're doing. Like,
right, see?
They're trying to make it, all of a sudden, all them demons pass on to you. Now you actually feel you fucked up. You're like, what? Hold on, you're confused, you're baffled. Right. That's the characteristics of a narcissist. Yeah. That's literally what narcissists do. They use reverse psychology.
Yeah.
They use those things.
Yeah.
That's what Esau's a liar. These are the things he does against us. You know what I'm saying? He tries to. That's literally what he's done. Literally. Like, if you look at all the media, he looks like the heroes. Yeah. The gentleman. There's a movie called The Gentleman. And you see Esau. The cast is all Esau. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And Jake is projected as the criminal. The criminal. You know what I'm saying? The criminal, man. Like, people literally, like, I used to work in these regions. You know what I mean? I used to work in these regions, yeah. And I literally did deliveries in these regions, and everywhere I go, people always look to me like a second class criminal.
Yeah.
Right. I've had people literally say that you're a thug, gangster, criminal. They used to call me that simply because I was riding my bike, my push bike down the road. Some guy in a car, he tried to block my way. He says, gangster, criminal. Just because if I was an Edomite, if I was so-called white, he wouldn't have said that. Right. But because I'm Jake, that's you know, there's all that projecting, this whole how people have been deceived into thinking that the people who are the real victims, they're the perpetrators. They're the ones that should be locked up and fucking confined and demonized. But then the people who are the real perpetrators,
the real criminals,
they're looked at as being you know, the
gentlemen,
you know, the humanitarians,
Yeah.
the people that the charitable ones that care about the poor and the needy, that, you know, they looked at. That's literally the game that Esau's played on planet Earth, man.
Yeah.
He's to deceive them, and that's why
and that's very true what you just said, because it all boils down to them getting away from the criminality they've committed. You see, and the thing about it is that it don't really work, to be honest with you, because people are waking up and realizing who the real criminals are anyway. Yeah, so even though they've portrayed us on TV as the criminals, as simpletons, all right, as being stupid, but you know, that's all right, because see, the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to underestimate your enemy. You never want to underestimate someone that's lower than you.
Right.
Because while you're underestimating them for a long period of time, secretly under your nose, the guy that you look down upon, okay, unexpectedly comes above you. And this is what's happened. Go on, bro.
First I got this one, I got another one. This is John chapter 8, verse, let me start with verse 43.
I say, well, before you read that, because I know you're going down. And this is why Esau now, they want to get rid of the Israelites from YouTube, because what they've done is they've underestimated us, right? They laughed at us. Okay, and then they've done other things, and then they sent their agents, and before you know it, just blew up. So the minute they saw us on YouTube or on the streets, they should have said, look, the next time you guys come out on these streets, we're gonna arrest you, we're gonna do all kind of shit to you. But they let it linger run, they laughed at us. They kept on laughing at us for a particular moment in time, and before you know it, this thing blew the fuck up. Okay, excuse my language, man, but I'm kind of passionate. Some, you know, bad words come out. What did Paul say? Though I be rude in speech, but not in knowledge. So sometimes it come out like that. But I'm just saying, they underestimated us, but what they didn't realize is this truth was going to blow the hell up. Right in front of their face, to the point where now they don't know what to do with the truth. Now their thing is, well, we're gonna set up stage attacks, cyber attacks. We're gonna give these money. We're gonna give these Negroes the money, okay, or pay these people up, right, just so they can commit to this stage attack, and then we can put this shit on the internet.
Right.
We could put it on your television and say, look, see, we gotta watch out for these Israelites.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way they can go with it, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we gotta watch out for them.
That didn't even work though, because if any of the brothers saw the video when they were interviewing someone on the news.
Yeah, the mayor, right? The mayor.
I can't remember who it was, but he was talking and he said we haven't fully identified the perpetrators, and then he said we haven't identified the actors, man.
Right, the actors.
So
yeah.
you know, that's, you know what I mean.
Most
like scriptures.
His word is falling upon himself, isn't it?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Psalm 64.
His tongue is falling upon himself.
Yeah. So read that. Yeah, you can read that now. Go.
This is verse 40, in St. John 8, verse 43.
Come.
Why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word.
Yeah.
Ye are of your father the devil.
That's right.
And the lust of your father ye will do.
Yeah. So really, he was talking about the Pharisees,
Right.
because the Pharisees they were under the Roman Empire. They were doing their bidding, and that kind of sort of thing. But the word has no place. I know you're going with that. The word has no place in the heart of the wicked.
Right.
It never did, and it never will. So what he's doing now is he's going on a smear campaign or demonizing us, saying that, oh, see, these Israelites are terrorists and all of this other stuff. But really, we ain't doing anything to this guy. All we doing is we come out here, we read these scriptures, these precepts, and that's all we doing. Now they want to go to demonize us now. Oh, I get it, because they're feeling the effect. Okay, it was all good and it was all beautiful when Jake was doing body pop spins, rapping, and all of this bullshit. But it just got serious in the atmosphere when Jake decided to wake up to who they really were. Okay, go on, bro. Say something.
I just want to say, a lot of these Edomites have this phrase where they say sticks and stones might break my bones, but we ain't breaking any bones, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Because it's
Literally done nothing.
the scripture said that the word is like a sword.
Yeah, that's right.
It says
Yeah, look first, you say something. Go on, bro.
he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth.
Right, he was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. They don't deal with truth. Okay, the government structure of Esau, they don't deal with truth because the truth what hurts and it convicts them.
And it says
Go on.
basically, because it says he was a murderer from the beginning, so he's not talking about Cain.
Right.
So it's basically exposing Cain as being the devil.
Exactly.
Because there is no truth, and that's really Esau in the reincarnation. So Esau, he's the devil. It says that because there's no truth in him, when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
Right.
He is a liar, and the father isn't.
Right, and the father of it.
Excuse me.
He's a liar. So that's all they can do is lie and twist things around and make the victims look like the perpetrators and the villains, when in fact the real villains and perpetrators are those who are in high positions of power, pretty much taking the resources of the earth and making everybody poor and feeling oppressed. Okay, and then got the nerve to go to tell you and say to you, oh, you know, you could make it too. You could make it in the world as well. Stop complaining and be more positive. Now you got people saying you got to be more positive, and you can make it just like these people can make it. No, you can't make it like them because they're ruling. Another thing too, in order for you to get into that realm with these devils, you got to be a part of their world. You got to be a mason.
Right.
All right, you got to worship the spiritual demon Satan.
Right.
That's how you get prosperous in this society. All right, that's just the truth. But like I said, it ain't the same, man. You can't, like, they made Jake believe that you got an equal share opportunity in this world. You don't. Okay? Now, you got Jakes that do pretty good in this society and that live all right as well, but Esau ain't going to take you to the same level he's on. That's what I'm saying. Because let's just say if Jake do get to that level, Jake is going to take over it. And that's another reason as to why they oppress Jake in the cities. Go on, bro.
So this is literally covers what we're all talking about. This is Psalms 50. Let me start again.
I'm going to try to do less talking. Go on, bro.
But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes,
Right.
or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Yeah.
Right? Seest thou hatest instruction?
Seest thou hatest instruction? Like what exactly? The Lord is saying, why are you reading my book? Why are you taking hold of my customs when you don't like what I'm saying? You don't like my instructions.
Right.
But they use the instruction book so that they can fool everybody so that people can believe on what their facade is,
Right.
or we're people of God.
Right. An image.
That image is an image.
Yeah.
That's all it is an image. So what they do, they put this image on so they can fool you, and just so you can follow them. Because if word got out that they were all Satanists, no one would follow them. So they had to lie.
That's what
Vision of light. Go on.
There was a couple of years ago, the Queen gave her Christmas speech. And she said, she said, we give honor and praise to Jesus Christ.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Please, give me a break.
Jesus
Jesus
biggest
Christ.
lie ever, man.
Exactly, man. So it's just, that's just how they gotta do it, man. And they call they call England a Christian-based country. Come on, man. If you ask the average person if they believe in the Lord, they don't believe in the Lord, man. They can't even spell the word Lord. You're going, bro.
He's got
Oh, he already got it, right? The angel of light, right? You're going.
2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Right. But see, if you're ignorant and you're unawakened to the truth, then you will be deceived. And this is why so many Jakes, they really believe that Esau is the epitome of the Most High.
Right.
And especially amongst those Jakes in America, man, and them Jakes in Nigeria, they worship, they go hard. They go hard when they worship Chesapeake Borgia, and even the Northern Kingdom too.
There's also one guy.
They go hard, man. Go on, bro.
There's one guy called O'Shea Duke Jackson. Yeah, I don't know if you like.
Yeah, I know about him.
You know about him, right? He called this off in the black manosphere. I don't know what he called it. Because he travels in it. Sometimes he stays to Holland and he goes to like East Africa and nothing like that. And he lives in Uganda. And he said like when the so-called white man goes over there, he gets treated like the so-called black man treat him like a king. They treat him better than the men of their own communities,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
So they really do. They've been deceived into thinking that Esau is like the pinnacle of like God, his godliness basically.
What's up,
next
bro?
to righteousness. No. So that's right. That's right. What's up?
Oh, I thought
Yeah. So he's got what he gets.
I've got a quick question.
Yeah, get out. He's out. Yeah, he's got it. He's got something. Hold on. He's got something.
Yeah.
That's right. Esau's really deceived the whole world, man. You know, because it says that he that blasphemeth my name
we're
and
still in
my
that,
tabernacle
Job
and them that
24,
dwell in
Job.
heaven.
Come on.
And that's literally what Esau's done. He's literally deceived the whole world into thinking that the holy men, the prophets, and everybody that's good and righteous and godly is basically in his image.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, that justified his conquering. When he conquered the whole world, he went around with the white Jesus or Edomite Jesus Christ. So that's what justified his authority. He said that, listen, to be godlike is to be like me.
Yeah.
So that's when people they pretty much supported his authority. They're thinking, well, Jesus is white, so they must be right to rule. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it must be right for us so-called black people to be the slaves.
Right.
Right? So go ahead.
And plus, at the same time, when these same people go to Esau, they find out that Esau's living better than they are. So that further supports a lot more so.
Right.
Because it's like, well, wait a minute, okay, but they gotta be the people of the Most High. If they living better than I'm living, they gotta be the people of the Most High. Yeah, go on, bro. You go.
This is a Revelation 12 and 9. It says,
Oh yeah, beautiful.
and the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil.
Yeah, and why was it called the serpent? Because the spirit of the serpent is Esau. Whoever they may be, okay? Whoever the actual serpent may be. The spirit of the serpent. But just overall, the serpent is talking about Esau. It wasn't just some snake that was standing around in the field, you know, and the snake beguiled Eve and Adam. Nah, I ain't talking about that. It was talking about an actual man that came as a serpent. Go on.
It says, the old serpent called the devil and Satan.
And the word Satan means adversary because the Most High has his ways, but Esau has another way. Okay, go on. So his ways is adverse to the Most High. This is why we live in the earth, which exemplifies that. The aversion of what the Lord wants to be, what the kingdom is going to be. Go on, bro.
Which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Right, and his angels, in other words, his messages was cast out with him. So get me on Revelations 20, brother. Where it talks about our... Yeah, just hold on real quick, brother. I wanted to just get real quick. All right, but I want you to read Revelations 20, though. And then let him read his one, and then you can get your precept.
This is Revelation 20 and 7. It says, and when and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison,
Right.
and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
So when this dragon is loose, when this beast is loose, what does it do? It deceives. It deceives. So this dragon is being loosed for a little season, and we're in the midst of that little season right now. What is that little season? When they came into power around the 1400s onwards. That's the little season that Esau's ruled for. Okay? So after that's all said and done, then Yahushua going to come and take over his power structure. Okay? Go on. You know, and it's just like them guys over there. The reason why they're simple because of the brainwashing, the conditioning. Grown-ass men acting like little boys. That's the deception there. You know, you really can't get mad at these people. It's really the media and the mind, the psychological mind games that was played upon these people. Go on, bro.
And shall go out to deceive, verse 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations,
Right.
which are in the four quarters of the earth.
Right, meaning he would deceive the whole entire earth. So by his media and by his deception, he would deceive the earth. Because in order for you to keep your civilians or your servants in check, you have to use all kind of techniques to suppress their mindset. This is why you had those those guys in the car saying Merry Christmas like a bunch of little boys, because society, the society that they grew up in, pretty much stifled their growth. Because when you become an adult, you're supposed to act a certain way. All right, when you get into your 20s or in your 30s, you're supposed to act a certain way. You ain't supposed to be shouting at the top of your lungs, and there's no purpose to why you're doing it. Okay, and you're just acting silly, parading around the place like you don't have nothing else to do. But in our kingdom, it's going to be another setting. People are going to be respectful, and people are going to abide by the morals and standards that we declare to the earth.
That's right.
And there's not going to be none of this nonsense going, bro. The reason why you have all of this nonsense and just young people acting silly and getting on all kind of drugs is because the society that they live in does not warrant respect. It doesn't warrant order. It warrants disorder. Okay, this is why people die every day. This is why people are committing crime every single day. If you have a society, if you have a structure, okay, you shouldn't supposed to have any crime happening every single day. If you have crime happening every single day in your structure, then there's something wrong with your house.
Right.
There's something entirely wrong with the house, man. Okay, and this is why we're always going to say that Esau has no business ruling the earth.
That's right.
The reason why he's ruling the earth right now is to show us what wickedness is all about. Because everybody is breaking laws of the Most High, which will lead to their destruction. Okay? So we know and understand, based on all of us brothers in this truth, we understand that the consequence of sin, it doesn't lead to anything. It only can lead to your destruction. But this is what people have been programmed to believe. I can just do what I want to do. Do as thou, they're under that do as thou will, Alistair Crowley kind of spirit. Do as thou will, and then at the end of the day, I'm good. No, it's no end of the day you good. At the end of the day, your ass is going to be destroyed. And people are going to find out the hard way. Go on.
Gog and Magog together, then gathered to battle. The number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city. And fire came down from Yahweh out of heaven and devoured them.
Right, so what that's going into, that ain't talking about us being in the land of Israel. That's talking about them so-called Jews being in the land of Israel, because we're going to be in our land and we're going to receive the blessings. That's why he broke it down that way. Because sometimes the prophets, they'll have a vision, but the vision, they won't really understand the vision that they had. Go on, bro. That's Ezekiel 38, right? Oh, Revelations. No, read it again.
It says, and Revelation 20 and 9, it says, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and passed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city. And fire came down from Yahweh out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone.
Okay, yeah. So I thought the brother was reading Ezekiel 38, but no, this is talking about.
Devil that deceived.
Yeah, it's talking about the missiles. The missiles are going to drop ground zero and destroy these cities with fire. That's the fire that's going to come from the Lord, and those laser beams too. So that's the end result, the consequence of sin, the consequence of living on morally, man.
Right.
Okay. Immoral. Let me use that word, immoral. I used the wrong word. We're going to use the word immoral. Go on, bro.
It says,
and this is why you have young women and just women in general become whores and harlots. Why is that? Because society promotes that. When you watch these music videos, what does it promote? It promotes culture of degenerates, culture of hoarder. That's what it promotes, and it doesn't do you any good later on. It destroys you later on in your life. So it may feel good in the now. Yeah, I got my mates, I got my friends, I'm sleeping with all these different guys, and I'm the girl, whatever. But when you get older, guess what? You're going to be all old and washed up. And then you're going to have problems and diseases and stuff like that. So it don't work. But Esau's conditioned the minds of the people to believe that doing wrong is all right. All right? And that's how you know that we live in the world as the scripture says.
Yeah, you only got once to live.
Yeah.
One
you got one life to live, so I'm going to live it to the fullest.
But they don't know reincarnation. They don't know you can get punished and come back again.
Right. I knew he was gonna come, man. The spirit said he was gonna come. It's all one, brother. You're going. Let him finish this. Let him finish this. Baba Kushab, Salakia. Yeah, read that, bro.
It says, verse 10, it says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone.
Right, it says that the devil that deceived them is cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. Because Esau is responsible as to why people are doing the demeaning stuff that they're doing anyway. Okay? Now, does that mean that the people are going to get off scot-free? No. Because everybody knows what's right from wrong at the end of the day. And we've been out here bringing this word out to you for years. For 50 plus years now. Okay? So, there's no excuse. Oh, I didn't know, or whatever. You did know because we were out here. We were on YouTube, man. And this generation don't really watch TV like they used to. They on YouTube. So if everyone's on YouTube, if everybody and their grandmother and father's on YouTube, they've seen the Israelites. They've seen us on YouTube. So there's no excuse to say, well, I didn't know. Go on, bro.
Another thing as well, what's really going to push us out there is when they really demonize us. When they really put us in
They go full force,
mainstream, saying, listen, these black Hebrew Israelites, they're harassing the public, they're doing crazy things,
right,
racist, and that's when they're really going to put, that's when no one's going to have an excuse to say
exactly
nothing about Hebrew Israelites.
Exactly, because you
literally saw us. Well, obviously, you was made to think bad of us, but still, that's an excuse.
Oh man, this is a spiritual moment in time
today, bro.
And that's why you got those other camps out there that are teaching the wrong thing, because they're going to use them other camps to demonize us as well, man. And a lot of them other camps have got agents in them.
Yeah, exactly. You're going, bro. Go on. You finished with yours,
yeah.
You're going.
So it says where the beast and the false prophet are, the lake of fire and brimstone.
Right, where the beast and the false prophet are, will there be fire and brimstone? So the false prophet is talking about also the Roman Catholic institution, which the Roman Catholic institution was very well responsible in bringing forth or birthing out these religions that we know today. Christianity, number one. Islam, number two. And many there be that come after. It all began with the Roman Catholic Church, which deceived the world. Okay? And who's responsible for that? Esau. Now, when you go back in the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, Jakes did set up the Roman Catholic institution, but Esau used it to deceive the world even more so. That's what he did. Yeah, so all right, yeah, read that. And then we're gonna go back to Job 20.
18, Psalms 50 and 18. When thou sawest the thief, then thou contendest with him, and hast been partaker of adulteries. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
And thy tongue frameth deceit.
Right, as we're going into the whole deception, angelicalizing himself, demonizing the victims.
Right.
And that's deceit, right? Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, which is us.
Exactly, and that goes right along with the scripture that I'm thinking about right now. The accuser of our brethren.
Right.
That's what that goes right along with. So everything is being fulfilled as I'm speaking. Okay, as well, all of us are speaking, because as I'm speaking, you got brothers across the pond doing the work as well. But as we're speaking the word of the Heavenly Father, his prophecies are pretty much manifesting itself right before our eyes. So what does this tell us? This tells us that this Bible is real, and this is the only truth and nothing but the truth. Okay, even though I don't need to prove that to you brothers, because you brothers already know that already. You've seen it. Especially the brothers that have been in the truth for a long period of time. Go on.
So it says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Alright? Thou slanderest thy own mother's son.
Right. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Who's the who favored Jacob? Rebecca did.
Right.
Okay? Go on, brother.
So that's the good point. These things thou hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Right.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
Beautiful, brother.
But I will reprove thee.
Yes.
And set them in order before thine eyes.
Exactly.
According to what you were saying about how you shouldn't undermine the guy that's beneath you because you have the advantage. Because you don't know what the Most has. The work of the Most High and what he's doing.
Exactly.
The Most High, he's setting us in order even though he's slandering us and demonizing us,
Yeah.
he's actually setting us in order. So that's what Esau's not really privy to this. The average Edomite is not privy to the fact that the same people who he's victimized are now being ordered back up again, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And being prepared for the takeover. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Jake
right.
over, yeah?
That's right.
Jacob, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the live show of what's the brother's name, man? The brother Kazak. He did a show called he titled it Jake Over.
I've got a quick precept.
Yeah, go on, bro. Yeah, read that last precept and then we're gonna go back to Job 20. Go on.
Right, Ephesians 6 and 12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities."
Yeah, so we're not gonna get carnal. We're not gonna go out there and tell our brothers, look, man, we need to practice in shooting guns and everything like that. We need to get militarized. We're not gonna be doing all of that, man. We're gonna teach this word and we're gonna do what we're doing, man. Guys that get into that military kind of spirit, they really just don't understand what they're involved in, man. They don't get it. They think that this is a war thing. This is like a militia thing. This ain't a militia thing, man. This is more of a prophet hunt thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if the prophets, they spoke the word and that's all they did. They didn't go out there causing a ruckus, spreading for violence. They just spoke the word and everything came into fruition, man. You got these guys, they wearing masks all over their faces and they wearing the army fatigue clothing, trying to present themselves like they're mighty and they tough, they hard. And you know what I think as well, right? Which is very true anyway. The guys that proclaim that they're tough and they hard is really because they soft inside, man.
Yeah.
They soft inside. So what they do is they portray this toughness to hide what's really going on inside because they soft, man. But the guys that's got it all going on and the guys that know that they tough anyway, they don't have to show it off. Okay, if you know how to break a man's neck, okay, or kill a man with your bare hands, you don't have to prove anything. You just being yourself.
You try your best to
As
avoid
a matter
doing
of fact,
it.
you try to stay out of trouble.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you low key with it. Go on, bro.
We don't need no guns and nothing like that. Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and
Yeah, that
powerful.
goes right along with what he's reading. Go on.
For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and the marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Yeah.
May I just say one more thing, if that's all right?
Yeah, go on.
Brother Deresh said earlier that Esau says that rhyme, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, this scripture straight up cuts them because the word is hurting them, and that's why they're trying to stop this truth. That's the only point I wanted to make.
Yeah, because the only thing that's breaking Esau down to the heart is his word. You don't really have to pick up anything to go get all carnal with it. All you got to do is read the precepts on his ass. Go on, bro.
Yeah.
Let's finish this. Yeah, so back in Ephesians 6 and 12 it says, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yeah, he just wanted to finish that off. Okay, read that.
Yeah, Romans 12 and 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine,
Save the Lord.
I will repay,
Exactly.
saith the Lord.
Exactly. So this is the Lord's thing. We're not going to take this man down.
I've got a little testimony if I may out.
All right, let me finish what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'll let you say your testimony. Yeah, so I mean, we're not gonna do anything. We're not gonna hurt nobody. I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. Right, and we ain't hurt nobody yet, and I don't plan on doing it in the future until we get that spiritual power.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll do the damage. Whatever brother gets the spiritual power, that's who Esau has to go to war with. But at this present moment in time, being that we're in our low, weaker state, we're not going to do nothing to nobody. Okay, because at the end of the day, as long as we keep pushing this word, that alone is going to break them apart, break their spirit, man. See, you could smack a man upside the head. He'll be hurting for a while, but then he'll get over it. But once you hurt a man inside, it's hard. His spirit, man,